Good morning, it's Kevin Mastaw here again. This day 15 of getting back into my running habit. This will be the last daily video that I put out for another week. What I'm going to do is just start compiling the videos I take during the week and edit them into one video at the end of each week. So that way it cuts down on the amount of time that I'm actually doing the editing. It doesn't take away from the time I'm going to be doing the running, but it takes away from it's going to consolidate the time I spend editing, and the other thing is it'll give you a better quality I think a better quality video at the end of the week. So what I'm going to do today, though, is it's day 15. This is a Saturday. I'm going to be running a little longer, not much longer, maybe 25 minutes, 30 minutes today. And then tomorrow is going to be running, but probably about half that time. So today would be a typical long run day. This week, with next week's video, I'm going to be putting together a training plan. It looks like I'm going to try to train for, it looks like, because I haven't signed up for it yet, but the Huntsville Marathon on December the 11th. So anyway, let's get going here. While I'm standing here, I can actually start warming up. Okay, so here we go. And then I'm going to go this way. Good morning. It's going to free up some time. It's raining a little bit here. It's going to free up some time for me to work on my blog, which I'm going to specifically focus for a while on baby boomers. I'm on the tail end of the baby boomer generation, born in 1963. Some would say I'm not in it, but I think I'm right on the tail end of it. And focus on some of the challenges that we face. One is, after a lifetime of working, we're looking at, I don't know about you or the baby boomers, looking at what I've got saved and thinking, am I going to have enough to live on, after I'm 65? I don't want to say retire, because I think retiring I don't think that's a realistic goal, the way that it's commonly defined anyway, but that's a different subject. One thing, we have to do as we get older is we have to become defiant. We have to become defiant towards aging. Too many people, lose something. Well, I'll give you an example. In the movie Forrest Gump, Lieutenant Dan lost his legs and in the war, and he's mad at guys, drinking a lot, partying, basically destroying himself. And then of course he fights that, Forrest and Lieutenant Dan are on the boat and fight the storm, come through the storm, and all of a sudden he has peace. And then his life changes. He moves on, and he continues to prosper. Well, too many people, when they face a storm, even a little storm, they give up. They quit fighting. Or let's say you lose your job. You're 55 years old. You lose your job after 20, 25, 30 years with the company. What do? Do you curl up into a cocoon, fetal position on the couch, hope things get better, wondering what happened, raising your fist towards God? Or do you, and you can do that for a while, it's fine. Or, and then you say, okay, this is an opportunity to find out what I really want to do. And you learn to reinvent yourself. Well, I believe that before that situation is forced on you, you should always be striving to reinvent yourself, to create new challenges, to move towards, overcome. And in that way, you have a challenge that's thrown on you, one that you didn't create for yourself. You're better able to handle it. So these are the types of things that not just just baby boomers, but everybody has to face when they're getting older. Are you settling down into a nice quiet existence, or are you shaking up life a little bit, throwing in new challenges for yourself, testing what you're made of? It's okay to rest once in a while, but you don't want to just coast. Speaking of coasting, we're going to coast down this hill now. We came up a little bit over by the library, but went down. So an example of this, a couple of guys that I used to train with, John, Simon, and Lowell Mutchelknaus. When I was training with them in Milwaukee, they were approaching 60. They had been training, running marathons, etc., biking for 30 years. Good morning. 30 years. And in 2001, we all signed up for Ironman, Wisconsin, September 2002. No, when we signed up, it was June or July of 2001. So we had a long time, to get ready. But Lowell Mutchelknaus, approaching 60 years old, he was out in Vail, Colorado, in January, and he was out skiing, and another skier ran into him, busted up his arm. He had to go. He had to have rotator cuff surgery in February. Now, that kept him off the road, off training for 2 months. So February, March, April, end of April, when he was finally able to get on the bike, start running again. Now, and keep in mind, the Ironman was in September. Ironman is a 2.4 mile swim followed by a 112 mile bike followed by a 26.2 mile run, a marathon. So, what could he do? What was his choice? Number one, he could have said, look guys, I'm not going to be able to do it. I don't have enough time to train. He could have just, got half his money back from the $400 entry fee. But he didn't do that. End of April, he was on the bike, and we were all worried, it's like, okay, if Lowell falls, that could be a bad situation. He did a few times. I remember Lowell just tipping over on his bike, and he just stopped in fear that that's something. He would just laugh and get up and keep going. Well, Lowell finished. I'll skip ahead. Lowell finished that Ironman. He did pretty well too. I think he was like 13 hours or something for finishing. So, and then he actually, last year he did completed another Ironman. So here's a guy who defies age. I've known several people like that. Now, part about Lowell's story that is kind of crazy is a month later, we had actually all signed up for Lake Tahoe a marathon. Actually, I did a half, but Lowell and Don, they did the full marathon. That was a month after Ironman. I remember Lowell, 60 years old. So, I know people 70, 80 years old, still running, still throwing challenges at themselves, never quitting. There's no such thing as retirement in life. It's just keep going. So I will talk to you next week. The word of the week this week, especially if you're a baby boomer and you're decided to throw down another challenge in front of yourself. The word is defiance. Be defiance against aging, against the world, anybody that would get between you and your goal.